FictionRiot's back! We're doing
My Immortal, but without Set this time because Set doesn't participate, so we decided.
He's a little bitch.
That's rude. Anyway,
Chapters
23 to 24.
All right, chapters 23. Chapters 23. And the fuck up, bitches. You're just jealous cause I got 10,000 views. Thanks to Raven for the help and telling me about the books. Girl, you rock. Let's go shopping together.
The XXX is still not in the 666.
The door opened, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge saw us.
I remember one time she misspelled it as Cornelia Fuck.
Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge saw us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Oops, she made a mistake. He corrupted her. She means hi, everyone come in. Okay. Twice misspelled in that same sentence, which sound really horrifying, because the first one says corrupted instead of corrected, and the second one says come as in the porn spelling and not the real spelling.
Sorry.
Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students.
Everyone in the entire school poured into this room angrily.
I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Whose perspective is this from? Apparently, no. It's no. Oh, sorry. Darkness is different from Ebony Darkness.
Crab and Goyle started to make some.
Morbid jokes. They looked exactly like Via Volo. I ate some.
Is that supposed to say milk vanilli?
Spelled like the number. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Is Count Chocula goth now?
No.
Then I heard someone shooting angrily. Bam, bam! Fuck you! I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire Draco. What the fuck? I asked. You fucking bastard! Yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her! No, I do! Shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch! Yelled Draco. No, fuck you, motherfucker! She laves me, not you! Shouted Vampire. And then, he jumped on Draco! No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore. Oh, shit! Almost spelled Dumbledore correctly. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on his broomstick. What the fuck? He had no nose, as was previously mentioned in the previous fucking sentence, and was wearing a gray robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Oh no, not Brittany!
Continue reading. I'll be right back.
Alright, Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I shopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort! Applebee! Ebony! Darth Vader. Holy shit, she thought she was writing a fucking Star Wars fanfic for half a second. Said evilly in his raspy voice, Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou does not kill them before that, I shall kill Draco too. Please don't make me kill him. Please, I begged. No! He laughed. Hold on. He laughed crudely, so I need to be like, no! He laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to contort me.
I think I need to bend more things.
My legs! Suddenly my eyes rolled up, so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lightning flash, and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist.
She should be a random name generator.
While Draco slit his wrist in a depressed
Emailer, could you please spell Voldemort for me?
No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly I locked up and stopped having a vision. Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, enemy, said Vampire, all sensitive. Ah! Spelled correctly. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. Why always the tears of blood?
Well, in True Blood, which is...
Shut up! The only things that aren't tears of blood are limpid tears, fucking ass, hair ends. Alright? OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed like in The Ring 2? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Who is Professor Sinister?
Professor Sinister. She's Japanese. She spec Japanese. So do I. That means how do you do in Japanese?
Okay, bitch. I said sadly, and then we went. Chapter 24. And preps, stop flaming the story. You're just jealous. So fuck you. Go to hell. Raven, thanks for the help. That is offensive language.
Thank you for the venom.
Well, we had deviation next.
Time to go draw some deviant.
We had deviation next, so I got to go ask Professor Trevelry about the visions. Konnichiwa, everyone come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. What the fuck? Who's Professor Sinister?
Professor Trevelry.
She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair. No, she didn't. With blood red tips, no.
Everyone
and red eyes.
Hair.
No, she wasn't.
I mean, dead hair.
Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great.
What a great.
It smelled like great, like the metal thingy. She's really young for a teacher. No! What the fuck? Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and long gothic black ripped dress. I saw a review for My Immortal that said that the parts where she describes the clothing are the only well-written parts in My Immortal. They're not even well-written! They're super shitty run-on sentences!
You know what I love about her is that she's not an actual goth. Like, actual goths, I know actual goths, and they're not these people. They are just normal people that dress differently. They spend a lot of time on their outfits and they look really freaking cool, to be honest. And like, just that whole, anyway, I've never met a raw, like, being first or even said that word.
We went inside the black classroom. Whoa! I didn't know we were bringing Mason to this. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand.
Praise the Lord.
I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me a weird look. Who the fuck doesn't know what Hot Topic is?
I was going to say, how does she even know what Hot Topic is? She's not a Muggle-born, and it's a Muggle thing. So why would she know what Hot Topic is in the first place?
Same way she knows what...
MCR?
Chemical romance!
And GC? Yeah. Which, by the way, both really good bands, completely ruined by the story.
Well, I have to talk... I gave him the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone, Professor Trevorley said, and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exorcise...
Get it?
1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried Draco is going to die. Well, she gave me a black crypto ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said, I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park shirt, and a black Converse shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving.
Why are they so mean?
I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We followed Draco together and I was so exhibited. That was the whole chapter!
And stop flamming! Okay, if you don't, then
Hold
I will
on.
tell Justin to beat you up.
Hold on, that was the whole chapter. That fucking bullshit about her going to Professor Trelawney and saying how worried she was about her
you
visions.
do not want to see
and then
the next
fucking
chapter.
leaving!
You don't want to see the next chapter, man.
Hey man, I got something to talk to you about. What is it? Well, I'm really worried. Bye. And stop flaming, okay? If you do not, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up. And I'll tell Reds to put virtues in your computer. Fuck you. Raven, thanks for the help.
VR 2 UC. Seriously, there should be a My Immortal random name generator, and it'll just pick a word in My Immortal and give it to you. Because I swear to God, Vertus and Reds and like freaking.
I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside and we went into Draco's black car. Ebony, what the fuck did Professor Trivalry say? Whispered Draco, potting his black gothic hand with a black nail polish on mine.
Okay, so
she said she would.
Tara was a 12 or 11 when she wrote.
Yeah, she said she would tell me what the visions meant tomorrow.
She
said no such thing.
I know what 12. I know you're 12, but Jesus Christ, buddy.
Hold on. She said she would tell me what visions meant tomorrow. I grumbled in a sexy voice. He took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it. Holy shit! This is hardcore!
Where do they even get these drugs? It's Hogwarts.
And gave it to me to spork. I'm pretty sure those are jargon. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went onto the top of it. Draco puts on some MCR. And all the things you never ever told me. All the smiles that are never gonna haunt me. Sang Gerard's sexy voice. We started tiling of each other's clothes. Fervently. He took of my black thong and my black leather bar. I took of his black boxers. Then he put his throbbing you-know-what in my tool sexually. I'm a Draco! I screamed, having an orgasm. We started Frenching passively.
Orgasm, my nism.
Suddenly, I fell asleep. Wow! You really were Frenching passively, weren't you? I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting two gothic men with long black hair.
That is fucking rapey.
Wow! No, please don't fucking kill us, they pleaded, but he just kept shooting them. He ran away in a red car. No! Oh my fucking god! I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked me as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry, and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it with his black Linkin Park mobile. But the worst thing was who the people were shot in the dream were Lucian and Sirius. Why do you know either of those people? And Preps,
111.
Prep, stop flaming the story, okay? This 3, okay? If you do not like the story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep. You suck. Oh, yeah. And I wasn't being racist, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
A few minutes. Why does the black guy have to be shooting the...
A few mutates later, Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather jacket, black leather pants, and a good Charlotte t-shirt.
It's just like a young Michael Jackson. It's been skinned. Just wearing them.
Hi, Vampire, I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexually, trying to comfort me. I started to cry near... What if they just skinned you? And knew this?
My name isn't Jackson, though.
I started to cry tears of blood and then told them what happened. Oh, fuck it! Vampire shouted angrily. He started to cry sadly.
That is the only sane thing that anyone in this entire story's ever said.
What fucking dick did that? I don't know, I said. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore. We ran out of the tree and entered the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. "Sire, our dads have been shot," Draco said while he wiped some tears from his white face. Annabeth had a vision in a dream. Dumbledore started to cockle. "Ah, wha wha wha! And how do you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional?" I glared at Dumbledore.
Well, first of all, she's a prime number.
Dumbledore is spelled correctly! "Look, motherfucker," he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. Not again. "C is the toot of Cractor."
What the fuck? Fucking me.
I mean, C, is that out of character? "You know very well I'm not decisional. Now get some fucking people out there to look for Sirius and Lucian." "Porn 2!" "Okay," he said in an intimated voice. "Okay, where are they?" I thought about it. Suddenly, "Longden," I said. I told him which street. He went and called some people and did some stuff. After a few mistunes, he came back and said people were going out looking for them. After a while, somebody called him again. He said that they'd been found. Draco Vampire and I all left to our rooms together. I went with Draco to wait in the nurse's office, while Vampire went to slit his wrists in his room. We looked at each other's gothic, deparest eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came in on stretchers. And Professor Sinister was behind them.
Vampires will never hurt you.
27. Vampires will never hurt you. And you know what? I don't.
Wait. You're missing some parts. You know what? 111.
I'd not give a fuck what you preps think about me. So stop flaming the fucking story, bitches. Thanks to Raven for your love and support and help me get love you, girl. So as I couldn't update, I was really depressed. Slit my wrists. I had to go to the hospital. You rock, Raven girl. What? That's what? Fucking what?
That's a lot of ones.
What? No.
Anyway, their YouTube channel, every YouTube channel, it's XX Bloody Kiss X.
Everyone in the room started to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire. All came to hug me. The nurse started to give them medicine. "Come on, Annabeth," said Professor Sinatra. "Hey, come on, Annabeth," said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing a gothic black leather dress with a corset top and real vampire blood on it, and fucking black platinum boots. I have to tell you the fucking tradition
in there. And fucking black platinum boots.
Also, real vampire blood.
Also, black
that
platinum.
Shit's horrifying.
Also, black platinum boots. Platinum is not black.
Dude, though, imagine that. Imagine that. Whoa, you look so hot in the blood of my people.
I have to tell you the fucking
I locked at Lucian, Seraphs. Oh yeah, sorry. I have to tell you the fucking prediction. I locked at Lucian, Seraphs, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went into a dark room. I had changed. Professor Sinister took out some black cards. She started to look into the black crucible ball. She said, "Tara, I see Drac times are near," she said badly. She peered into the balls. "You see, you must go back in time." She took out a time toner, like the one Bloody Mary had. When Voldemort was in Hogwarts before he became powerful, he got his heart broken. Now do you think he would still become Voldemort if he was in love? I shook my head. You must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. You can come to my room tomorrow and you can do it. Okay, I said sadly. We did Death's Touch sin. I went outside sadly. What fucking happened? Asked Draco and Vampire. Yeah, what happened? What happened? Asked Darkness, Willow, and Baldy Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being fond. Of what? Everyone was proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking press were there, obviously trying to be gothic, wearing the HIM sign in their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crab and Goik set up some fireworks in the shape of skulls from Wesley's Wizard Weezers. I put on my invisibility coat with Vampire and Draco. We sneaked outside together. That's a done. We're done today.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are!
No, we're not.
I'm not reading more than that.
No, because the last episode was... The first episode that they made was an hour, and the next one was 45 minutes, and then the next one was 30 minutes, and then the one that we just uploaded was like 35 minutes. It was like 29 minutes, so we gotta make this one at least half an hour long.
Chapter 28. And I said, stop flamming the story. It was a miscat. When Professor Rillery said that, okay? Go to fucking hell. You suck. Thanks to Filey for the help. What? Raven, have fun with Kiwi. We went into a black room. The walls were black with portraits of gothic bands like MCR, GC, and Marilyn Manson all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle.
Red velvet.
Cock was in the middle of that. Red velvet lined the black box. There were 3 chairs made out of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff on it, fishnet suckings, and a black leather thong underneath.
That was
I sat down on one of the chairs dispersedly. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire asked, potting his alabastered hand on my... Alabastered? Read. On mine.
What?
Read.
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 He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on
Read
it.
louder!
Yeah, I guess, I said sadly. Draco also pawed his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lips.
Okay.
The problem is... I have to seduce Bulk some more. 3, I have to go back in time.
Alright, I'm back. Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Bobby, he said finally. But what about me? You're not going to break up or anything, are you? Of course not, I gasped. Really? He asked. Sure, I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took up Draco's MCR shirt and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a stallion. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said
That's not spelled like stallion. That's spelled Stallone. He became
like Stallone.
He became Sylvester Stallone.
Dude, put on like a picture of to look up Draco Malfoy porn, and then just like Photoshop a picture of Sylvester Stallone's head over his junk. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said enemy on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took a veto camera. I had said it was okay before. I took off my clothes. Then we were in for the rid of our life. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. Why?
And then George Takei was there, and he was like, oh my.
I love you, Baby. Let me feel you. I need to feel you. He screamed as we got an orgasm. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you. He screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGonagall.
111.
Chapter 29.
And
Sot das fuck up.
you know, we could just finish the story, right? Because we're only 10 chapters away from it being done.
We're 15 chapters away. You're just jellos, cause you're preps, so fuck you. Raven, you rock girl, thanks for the help. MCR rocks! 6, 6, 6!
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Oh my Satan! We screamed as we jumped out of the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shout at us angrily. Come now! Preacher McGonagall.
We left.
Preacher McGonagall!
We left the room putting on our clothes. Snoop Dogg garbed the camera and pulled it in his pocket.
Garbed the camera.
Hey, what the fuck? 111.
Vampire shoot it angrily?
Yeah, Buster.
What?
The fuck are you going to do with the fucking camera? Draco demanded, all protective, looking at me, capital L, longly, with his gothic red eyes. Look, Dumbledore knows your little secret, and if you do this again, then you will go to St. Mango's. So give back the camera. Haha, the mystery of magic makes these crazy. There's no way. It's not even in quotes. Haha, the mystery of Mojic thinks he's crazy. There's no way they will believe him. Snoop laughed meanly. Those aren't in quotes. Yes, so shut your You insolent fools, yelled Professor McGonagall. She made us come into a weird room with the white stones on it. There are all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry all sexy and sensitive. Get it? Because he's a sex bomb. Lol, Tom fell not rules for, but not as much Gerard. Your sex on legs. I love you, you fucking rock, marry me. 111. I started to cry tears of blood. It happens when in Vampire Liz Raven said, so okay, fuck you. OMFG. So you're talking to Jacob. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. And then he and Snoop both took out guns using...
Holy shit!
They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the ballots got on each other yet. I took out my wand. Crossio, I shouted. Snap stated to scram at me. He dropped the gun. But it was too late. Both of them had run out of the ballets.
I stopped the curse!
Professor McGonagall did a short... No, let me read. Professor McGonagall did a spell, so we were all chained up. He took out a box of tools. Then she said... Okay, Cerberus, I'm going to go now. She left. Snap started to laugh evilly. Vampire started to cry. So that we all... It's okay, Ebony, said Draco. Enemy, said Draco.
Evergreen will be alright. Remember the video you took of Snake? Snape laughed again.
Wait, stop. Oh my god.
Took out some whips.
Snape laughed again, and then he took out some whips. Exclamation 1, exclamation 1, 1, 1, 1. Chapter 30. Stop flaming the story. Stop flamming the story. Okay, if you stop flaming the story. Okay, if you do not know what's even gonna happen. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1. So full you 1, 1, 1. If you flam, you will be a prep. So all flamers can kiss my ass. 1, 1, 1. So saying Alzheimer's is dangerous. But that's the mystery's opinion, because society basically sucks. Thanks to you, Raven. You rock, big. 111. XXX666. No. 1-1, we screamed sadly. The Snap started loafing meanly. He took out a camera angrily. Then...
He came towards
Draco. He took some stones out of his pocket. He put the stones around Draco and lit a candle. What the fuck are you doing? I shouted. Angrily. Sorry, I got sick. An ungodly disease. Snoop laughed meanly. He pulled down his pants. I gasped. There was a dork mork on his you-know-what, 1-1. He waved his wand and a knife came. He gave the knife to me. You must stab vampire, he said to me. If you don't, Del, I'll rap Draco. No, you fucking bastard, I yielded. But then Draco looked at me sadly with his evil gothic eyes that looked so depressing and sexy. He looked exactly like a pentagram. Well, I get it, because I'm a... Why are you putting your... Okay. Fuck. And then he looked exactly like a pentagram. Lol, get it? Because I'm a Satanist between Kurt Cobain and Gerard. She did it again! She did it once earlier and it didn't make sense and it still doesn't make any sense. But then I looked at Vampire and he looked so smexy too with his gothic black hair. I thought of the time when we screwed and the time I did it with Draco and Dumbledore. Came and the time where Draco almost committed suicide and Vampire was so sportive. Snipe laughed at me sadly, looked at me sadly with his evil gothic red eyes that looked so depressing and sexy. He started to... Sorry, I went back to the verse. Snipe laughed angrily. He started to pray to Volksamort. He looked to do an incapacitation dancing around the strokes, whipping Draco and Vampire. Suddenly an idea I had. I closed my eyes, and using my vampire powers, I sent a telepathic telepathic message to Draco and Vampire so they would destruct Snape. Scroll down. Dumbledore will get you, Draco shouted. Yeah, just you wait up till the mystery find out. 1-1, I yelled. Meanwhile, I took out my wand. You ridiculous Don-de-Dur head. 1-1-1, Snoop yielded. He took off all of Draco's clothes, just as he was about to rape him.
Crozio!
I shitted. Crozio! I shitted, pointing at my wound. Screamed and started...
No, he screamed.
Screamed and started running around the room, screaming. Meanwhile, I grabbed my black mobile and sent a text to Sirius. I stopped doing Crucio. You dunderhead.
What the fuck?
You dunderhead 111.
You dunderhead. You're such a dunce for torturing me.
I'm going to kill, shouted Snape, but suddenly Severus came. Snake put the whip behind his back. Oh, hello, Sev. I was just teaching them something. He lied. But suddenly Lucian and Professor Troublroy came into the room, and they were serious. Unlocked the chains and put them around Snap. And Professor Troublroy came in and said, "Come on, Ebony, let's go." Chapter 31.
We're done.
No.
We just read.
I said, shut the fuck up, you queefs. 111. Stop Kaylin, Ebony, and Mary Sue, okay? If you do not even know what's going to happen, so fuck you. 1111. Thanks to my BFF Raven for the help. 1111. I always knew you were on Voldemort's side, you son of a bitcha. Boofy rocks. Bitka. 111. Serious, said Snape. No, I'm not. I was teaching something. Snap clammed. Oh, fucking yeah. He took some black Voldemort serum out of my pocket and gave it to Cerberus. He made Snap drink it. He did angrily. Then Lucius took out a tape recorder and started playing it while he did curses on Snap. The Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while Snape took his secrets. Lucian took Vampire and Draco to the nurse after thanking me a million times. Professor Trelawney took me to a dark room. And now my nose is bleeding. Fuck.
Holy shit.
Alright. I'm gonna die. Where am I? Then Professor Sinister and Lucian made us get out with them while Snape took us his secrets. Lucian took Vampire to Draco after the nurse after thanking me a million times. Professor Trelawney took me to a dark room. Now I was gonna go back in time to seduce Volksmore. Moving posters of MCR and Nevada were all over. Hermione, Darkness, and Willow came too. Bloody Mary gave me a black bag from Tom Ridd's store. What's in the bag? Asked Professor Trelawney. You will see, she said. I opened the bag. In it was a sexy, tight, low-smut black leather gothic dress. It had red corset stuff, and there was a split up the leg. I put it on. My friends helped me put on the black fishnets and black pointy boots Willow had chosen. Willow and Darkness helped me put on black eyeliner and blue-red lipstick. You look fucking kawaii, bitch, Bloody Mary said. Thanks, I said. Okay, now you're going to go back in Tim, said Professor Sinister. You will have to do it in a few sessions. She gave me a black gun. I put it in the strap of my fishnets like Resident Evil, and she gave me a black time tuner. After an hour, use the time torner to go back there, Professor Trelawney said. Then she and Bloody Mary put on a pensive in front of me. Everyone went in front of it. Good luck, everyone shooted. Darkness and Willow gave me a death touch sin. Then I died. I jumped sexily into the pensive. Suddenly... Alright. No, don't. Just freaking leave it alone. Sorry. Suddenly I was in Fort of Test School. In front of me was one of the sexiest goth guys I had ever seen. He was wearing long black hair, kinda like Mikey Way, only black. Alright. He had green eyes like Billy Joe Armstrong with a pale, wet skin. He was wearing a black ripped-up suit with Vans. It was...
Tom Bombadil? Holy shit!
Okay.
She went all the way back in time to Middle-earth! Lord of the Rings!
I can't fucking believe that she ruined Billy Joe Armstrong for me. Billy Joe Armstrong was like my man crush.
You know who's my man crush?
Who?
You.
Give me smooch. Anyway, that's all I can take. I'm so sorry I make you do this stuff, but we're gonna have to come back for another episode unless we finish it right now.
No! We're not gonna finish it right now.
Alright, well, we're gonna see you guys later. So be sure to tune in for the next episode of FictionRiot to get your next 40-minute episode of one of the worst written fanfictions of all time.
One of the worst written fanfictions of all time.
Goodbye.